Hello, OA friends. Welcome to Inside OA. My name is Meg M, and I'm an abstinent, compulsive overeater, and food and sugar addict. Today, I have the wonderful opportunity to meet with Emilia. She is the Region 9 trustee liaison from Rome, Italy. I've had the wonderful experience working with her for the last few years. This region that she is a liaison with has over 40 countries and over 40 languages. Emilia has been in recovery for over 10 years, and today we're going to talk about what it's like to be a trustee for that region and all the things that go with it. So thank you, Emilia, for joining today. So I'm going to start off big. What does it mean to serve? What is it like to serve in a multicultural, multilingual region?
Thank you for the question, Meg. I believe should just to put down all the preconceptions you have on the different countries and cultures. I open my heart and open to new experience every time I speak and I meet members from a country outside Italy, a country outside the countries I already visited, because I can't know all the countries. I never traveled 40 countries. And even if I'm a traveler, I should open my heart, my eyes to their experience and welcome they where they are, they were they raised. This is, I believe, the first requirement. And this is the beauty also of a multicultural region, because I learn lots of stuff, things about culture, traditions, and way of living.
Wow, that's amazing. So what benefits have you gotten and where have you traveled in your region?
I haven't traveled a lot. I haven't traveled a lot because I was elected in 2022 and I started traveling in Italy, Spain, United Kingdom, but I already visited the country as a traveler, but never be as a trustee liaison. And the good benefit that when I travel and when I meet the fellows belonging to other service bodies, I can make a direct connection with them. I have a direct connection with them also when I am on the phone, because they used to call me, they send me mails, and we have frequent call, frequent chat, frequent conversation. So there is a great connection, and this is bonding. This is a bonding action. I don't know if I well explained.
I think it's great because I know you have met with a lot of people. You only have so many gatherings as a region each year. You have people from many countries coming together. And when we had the World Service Business Conference, didn't we have over 20 countries being represented? And I think at least half of those were from your region.
Yes, of course. We have gatherings in Region 9. We have gatherings. The biggest gathering is the Region 9 Assembly Convention. And every time we meet there is like a party. You cannot imagine. And even when we meet using this Zoom platform, I can say Zoom platform, every time is a party, because we feel we welcome the other, the different, the diversity. We have diversity. Our region is built in diversity, is made up in diversity. And also when we met in a World Service Business Conference, this year we were at least maybe 20 from Region 9, as you said, it was a party. It was, oh yeah, oh, how nice, it's good to see you. It's to meet a parent you don't see them from years, since years.
I think it's so fantastic, and it just shows how far and wide our disease is. It
Yes,
doesn't matter what we do for a living, what language we speak, what color our skin is, what our sexual orientation is, that if we have the food disease, we just do. And so that we get to come together. And what a wonderful and safe place to be able to come together with our fellows. And like you said, have a party. It's like life does not have to be sorrowful and hard. It sometimes is, but when we know we have other people that we can reach out to and connect with, we know that we can have a good life. Even
yes.
though there's some things we can't eat anymore, big deal. It's like we have a richer life.
You know what? I keep in mind every time I meet a person who I've never met before, or from my region, or a member who I met before from my region, I should remember always, even if it's a different skin, or it's a different culture, it's a different religion, I should remember always the tradition 3 and the tradition 5, which are the most important. We should remember every time we meet a member we have never seen before, or we have seen, even if this member is in a recovery or is not in recovery, tradition 3 and tradition 5, 3 and 5, they are guiding lights for.
And I remember last year in 2023 at the World Service Conference that two fellows from Ukraine and Russia stood together. It still makes me want to cry, and held hands and said the serenity prayer. And that's the whole thing, is that we come together and we live good lives, and we don't live with divisiveness. We live in recovery, which is about being our best selves and accepting others, just like you said at the beginning of this, right where we're at.
Yeah, yeah.
And the fact that you work in this region, bringing diversity together, is just a beautiful thing. And so when I think about when you put your application in the first time, what fears and uncertainties did you have, and that you overcame them, because here you are, you're on your second tour of duty.
Yeah, my fears were I had no more my private and social life, and my concern that there wasn't enough to cover this position of service. Fears and concerns are still there, but I know that I am sitting on a board of trustees. I'm not alone. And I'm not alone also with my Region 9 fellows. As you said, I feel every time I meet you, every time, either in person, either in face to face with you, with the board, and one with my Region 9 fellows, that I'm not alone. I feel their love. I feel their love. I feel your love. This is the reason why I decided to apply, because I want to give back the love I received at the beginning. When I joined OA, I was so upset with the entire world, and instead of anger, I received love. That's why how do you say, step up? Yes.
Yeah, and that's it exactly. It's like, I know when I was in the food, it was me all alone with my fears and my resentments and whatever else. And stepping up into service, I would never have met you had I not done service. And
Yes.
the thing is, then we develop friendships and we develop connections. That's the beautiful thing. And so, what's been your greatest joy since being a trustee? Or maybe a few, you can name a few.
Okay, the joy, I had a lot of joys when when I learned before joining to see, I learned hey, if I want to change something, I should bring emotion. I should bring emotion. And I brought emotion about the delicate support fund request for those traveling far away from Region 9, Region 10, Region 8, and they need 2 more nights to stay at the hotel. And we included also the expenses for the visa for ones who came from South of America or from, for example, from Australia. And the board approved that. It was an immense joy. It was an immense joy. But the immense joy I have when you hear and understand what I'm saying when I report the issues and the concern of a fragmented region and we take action. That means that I could report exactly what all the international and all the fellow need.
That's great. And having the region that you do, what types of questions or concerns do you frequently get asked or that you work with?
Okay, the first autonomy of the group, the service body, so tradition force, let's say tradition, autonomy, outside issues, tradition 10. We had an issue about an outside issue very important concerning the political events here in this part of the world. And then we had about the bylaws, lots of bylaws. So I'm just, or every time I'm going to read the bylaws, I'm trying to explain them how it works. I suggest them to, if you want to change thing, if they want to change, just bring emotion so their voice is heard. Then about translating process, licenses process, and also about social media. Or I'm also asked to give to lead a workshop, but this is not about concern or issues. But sometimes I'm asked to lead workshop on traditions, concepts. Service bodies are a way of the real meaning of the principles.
Oh, thank you. And the one thing I think about that your region has more than, let's say, those in the United States, Canada, is that you have, instead of just intergroups, service bodies are also language service boards and national service boards. Can you explain what the difference is between those two?
Okay, National Service Board is mainly a legal entity. And it's about a country. Let's talk about Italy, but we can say also Spain, Greece, United Kingdom. Let's say these countries. And there are Israel, okay, Iran. There is a country, and they decided to put together a national, because it's related to the country, service board. And the National Service Board is different of an intergroup because the intergroup is just about general administration. For example, the trusted servant was taking of PI or, for example, the treasurer. But we have bank accounts, we have charters, we have legal obligations, we have, it's like a small region, no, a legal obligation. Every trusted servant who is sitting on the board of the National Service Board is legally, what do you say, I don't remember the word in English, sorry, legally responsible for any action that may occur in, for example, in the National Service Board. For example, let's talk about minors, okay? If a group welcomes a minors in a meeting and it's something happens, if something bad happens, all the board of the National Service Board is legally responsible for that, okay? And they pay rent for their rooms. So it's a small enterprise. The Language Service Board, instead, is more related to language. Let's say we have Spanish Language Service Board in OA, and they're from different countries where Spanish is spoken. And they work together to find a common language for every kind of Spanish. For example, the Spanish spoken in Spain is different from the one spoken in Colombia, Argentina, Costa Rica, I don't remember, Mexico, something like that. So they work together, but they are not, the majority, they are not legal entities, okay? I try to simplify because it's a very wide topic.
And very pertinent in your region. Like in the United States, we have intergroups where it's based on geography. For example, I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota, so it's all the groups around there. We're an intergroup. Whereas, like you mentioned, the National Service Board is a legal entity, but it's going to be all of Iran or all of Hungary or all of Italy. And then, like you said, the Language Service Board. So again, it's a way to bring community together when people sometimes feel uncertain, where am I going to fit in? Because I think this is pretty common. When we decide to come to an OA meeting, we think we're going to be the weirdest person. We're not going to fit in. People aren't going to understand us. And then we come to an actual meeting and we find out that people welcome us with open arms. And it's a big wow experience because we didn't count on that, but we are welcomed, and that there's other ways to be a part of community. As we get towards the end here, would you be a region trustee again? Would you do service beyond the group level again, and why?
I would like to be trustee again. And I don't know what life is going to bring me. But I was so very, sometimes I feel so frustrated. I have to be sincere. But I believe that when you are sitting on the board of trustees, what I do is to keep in mind that I was the member, I entered in that room. And anytime there is a chance to give service, I am the one who is going to open the meeting. I have the keys. I'm going to open the meeting as I was when I used to give service at the group level, even if I am a trustee liaison.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Emilia. I really appreciate just talking about all the things that make up OA, the recovery, our traditions, and service, and the fact that we are all self-supporting. And yes, we give money, but we also are asked to give our time and efforts to have action happen so that our community remains rich and involved. So Emilia, you're one of the reasons why I do service as a trustee, because I get to work with you. And I thank you, and I look forward to meeting with you again.
Thank you very much, Meg. It's a pleasure.